Your face is beautiful, and your eyes are like the stars. Your gentle hands have healing there inside the scars. Your loving arms, they draw me near, and your smile, it brings me peace. Draw me closer, oh my Lord, draw me closer.
In Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 20, the Bible reads, "In those days and in that time, saith the Lord, the iniquity of Israel shall be sought for, and there shall be none, and the sins of Judah, and they shall not be found, for I will pardon them whom I have reserved." Today's edition of Advanced Light is entitled Case Closed, and that means that what we see here in Jeremiah 50 and verse 20 is not just a covering up, it's not just a glossing over, it's not just a declared word, but it's the reality. That word where you see pardon there does not just mean that God is forgiven sin, and the fact that there are no sins found is indicative of the fact that there are no sins. Beloved, when I tell you, when we started this journey, that the goal is sin-freeness, I meant it. The Lord is doing a work with his people, preparing us to live in the mansions of heaven. You see, we can say and we can do all the things that we need to say and do to try to avoid us coming to grips with the fact that we need to put sin down once and for all. But there will come a time when we will have to do some serious introspection and say in our own individual cases, I must purpose in my heart that I cannot do these things against my God who gave his life for me. My friends, we must stamp this issue, case closed once and for all. And the Word of God tells us that it will be done. There are persons right now who are actively engaged in this process in our world. And we must pray, beloved. We must pray that we have a heart like that. As I've been saying all along, it's not an easy journey. It's not an easy encounter. Confronting ourselves, our worst enemy, cannot be easy. But it must be done because you and I are in the fight of our lives. But when we turn the page and see the outcome, beloved, we see that we win. Beloved, we see that we come off more than conquerors. How? Through him that loved us. The goal, my beloved, again, I said, is sin-freeness. But how do we accomplish this? By keeping our eyes fixed on Jesus, by allowing him to do the work in us, and he calls us to surrender. Is it possible? With our eyes of flesh, we can't see it, but with the eyes of faith, it will be done. I trust and I pray that someone listening today will take God at his word. I mean, as I said the other day, we take God at his word for everything else, for jobs, for food, for rent paying, for this, that, and the other. But when it comes to this most important issue, we tell ourselves lies that it is impossible, that it can't be done, and as long as we are in this world, we're going to sin. We are already setting ourselves up for a letdown when we talk like that. You see, we psych ourselves out with these words. But we say that we're going to be a millionaire. We say that we're going to be the CEO. We say that we're going to be, by a certain age, retired and living comfortably. So why can't we say that I can live above sin and all of its pleasure? Why can't we be like Daniel and purpose in our hearts that no, we will not? Why can't we flee like Joseph and say I cannot do this great wickedness and sin against God? Why can't we? Because we've already set ourselves up for a letdown. Today, I'm encouraging each and every one of us as we listen. Yes, I know that these are hard things to hear, but we must close the book on sin. And I trust and pray, my beloved, that as you continue to keep your eyes fixed on Jesus, that you will say, I'd rather have Jesus than that of sinful nature. Beloved, I am fully convinced that the closer we get to Jesus, the more we will see our sinful ugliness and no longer rationalize that we can't, but say, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I trust and pray that that will be your everlasting desire, to do those things that please him. May God bless you abundantly. We'll close out the series for one more, which we will look at where all of this is tender. So I pray that you will join me for the series finale as we look at ultimately being where God would have us to be. May God bless you abundantly, and see you in the next and final video of the series.